Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another news video. So in this video we're going to be talking about Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City on PC. I'm going to go over a bit of the older sort of news to start with, just to get people up to speed regarding this, and then we'll talk about some of the more recent updates. Many people probably know that Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City on PC has been an absolute mess for many years now, and of course this is primarily down to the Games for Windows Live client. Now over the years we have seen many games obviously remove Games for Windows Live from them now, so that they integrate into Steamworks or something along those lines, so now they are much more playable. However, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City is not one of those as it currently stands right now. Obviously Games for Windows Live has been inside Operation Raccoon City for quite a while and it has been a problem. I do want to just quickly add here, for people that are interested in playing this game, there are two ways that you can still go about playing this right now that I'm going to show on the screen and also link down in the description of this video for you. So if you want to go and play this game, then you can choose either one of these two options to go and play it. So the first option is a Games for Windows Live disabler. Basically what you do is you download these two files, you put them inside the install area for Operation Raccoon City. Again, this applies to other Games for Windows Live games as well. Then when you put them in there, you can then give yourself a username in the INI file, so like your general username or whatever. And then if you go and launch the game through Steam, it means it will no longer have Games for Windows Live operating at all while playing the game. You also don't have to have Games for Windows Live installed on your computer at all while playing that game, so this works brilliantly. This of course does have one drawback though, which is it will always mean that you have to be offline while playing the game that you want to play. So if you want to play any game online like Operation Raccoon City, then you will not be able to do so with this fix. The other fix is actually from this post here, which I'm going to link once again. It is a really helpful post, so thank you for the creator for this. And what you want to do here is go and download the latest Games for Windows Live client, as basically all the games that are on Steam are releasing with an out-of-date Games for Windows Live client, which is why they don't work properly and have a lot of issues. This is the most up-to-date one that Microsoft did, which you can go and download and install, and then when you go and try and play Operation Raccoon City, it will mean that you will be able to use the Games for Windows Live client and sign in with a Microsoft account, and then you'll be able to play it online with other people if you wish, or your friends. But those are the two options that you can use in order to be able to play this game or any other Games for Windows Live game that still has the client inside of it, online or offline. Back on November the 9th 2021, Capcom did actually put out an update for Operation Raccoon City, which is as follows, and it will be on the screen for you all to read as well. We are aware of an issue that some customers may be experiencing during game installation, which is related to Games for Windows Live. We are temporarily disabling the purchase option on Steam while we investigate this matter further. We will keep you informed of the progress of the investigation. Thank you for your patience. Of course, it's been a long time now since this was put out, and while I know a lot of people probably don't have much faith anymore that anything is actually happening, I think we really should look at this in two ways. And the reason why I'm saying this is because of a recent sort of update that obviously Capcom themselves haven't told us, but we can see for ourselves. So we can first of all take a look at this from two perspectives of this update. So if you go to the actual Steam page right now for Operation Raccoon City, you will see an update from Capcom themselves saying that Operation Raccoon City is no longer available on the Steam store. However, we can also come to this website here, which by the way I will link down in the description for you all as well. So if you want to check up on this or any other game, then you can do so via this website. It's great for checking to see if there are any updates being done to the particular games you want to look at on Steam. And this is SteamDB. This website shows you any kind of update that has happened to the game via the client side of Steam, so that way you can see what is going on in the background, which you wouldn't normally see otherwise. This is quite helpful of course in the case of Operation Raccoon City, because we can see what is going on regarding this game via updates. What we got at the moment is a lot of stuff being removed, and obviously we've now got this update on the Steam storefront about Operation Raccoon City being completely removed from the Steam store. Now there are two ways of looking at this right now. The first way is that Capcom has given up on this game entirely and has decided it's not worth their time, and they're not going to put it back up on the Steam storefront for people to buy, and they're not going to bother updating it anymore, which is obviously the worst case scenario, and I hope is not what they're going for, and I somehow don't believe it is. The second scenario, which I think is quite likely possible, is that Capcom have pulled the game completely from the storefront in order to put a new version of the game up instead. What do I mean by this? Well, in the case of something like Resident Evil 5 as an example here, Capcom did actually update those games of course to remove Games for Windows Live, and as far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong about this, hopefully I'm not, with Resident Evil 5 they did actually remove the game from the storefront and then put a new version of it up which removed Games for Windows Live entirely from it, as well as sorted out a lot of other problems. However, with this game of course it has now been been removed from the Steam storefront. So hopefully what is happening here is that Capcom has removed the broken copy that is currently on there and are putting up a brand new copy that will have all the fixes needed, which should hopefully then mean they're putting up a Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City that actually has games windows I've completely removed from it, and instead it will be integrated into Steamworks. Hopefully on top of that we'll also see some other updates added to the game, such as a higher field of view available, improved AI pathing, full controller support across the board for obviously PlayStation as well as Xbox, etc. And I guess of course also they'll probably add in something like Steam achievements and maybe even some Steam cards or whatever, because I know they like to do that. So hopefully there are updates happening right now and actually this game is being sorted out. But at the very least here, if Capcom are not going to put this up on the storefront again for people to buy, they should be releasing an update for people that currently own this game. They should at the very least be doing that, because quite frankly you shouldn't be leaving it broken for everyone, because it's quite frankly unacceptable leaving it in the state it's currently in. The other reason I want to point out the whole theory that I had with the second theory of Capcom doing something right now is because if they were going to remove this from the Steam storefront and do nothing with it, then I would have thought that they would also put up the same messages for the two Lost Planet games, Lost Planet 1 and 2. And again, I also want to point out the fact that Resident Evil is a major household name for Capcom, so of course they're going to want to pay a lot of attention to that franchise in particular when sorting it out on the Steam storefront, whereas Lost Planet is quite a niche series for them that of course hasn't been touched on for a long time now, so of course they would probably care about that even less. But they currently haven't put up any kind of notice saying that Lost Planet 1 or 2 have been removed from the Steam storefront entirely, which makes me believe that if they were going to do this for Operation Raccoon City, they would probably do it for the Lost Planet games as well. I'd also like to bring attention to the fact that Capcom does care about this game, considering on the Xbox they made it backwards compatible for the Xbox One, Series X and S, and also did the update with higher frame rates for it, and the servers for playing online are still very much alive on that game to this day. So they obviously do care about this game still, because otherwise they wouldn't be keeping the online servers alive for it probably anymore, because it costs them money to do so. So what do you all think? Do you believe Capcom is coming back now to update Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City on Steam and fix it all up so it's the perfect game for everyone? Or do you believe that Capcom has completely abandoned this game for good and no longer cares about it and is going to leave everyone in the dark regarding it? Let me know down in the comment section what you guys believe is happening with this, and of course if there are any updates regarding this game and if there's a major patch that comes out for it to fix it, etc., then of course I will be letting you know with brand new news regarding it on the channel for you all. If you want Capcom to go back and fix this game up, and the same with the Lost Planet games, then let your voice be heard. Spread this video around to let Capcom know that you want these games sorted out, and of course do message Capcom. You can either at them on Twitter or other social media platforms, or you can even send an email message over to Capcom support in order to let them know that you guys want something done about these games. So we'll see what happens. Until then though, I hope you guys enjoyed the news, and I will see you all in the next news video very soon.